Year 10, what we're going to be dealing with today is averages. So mode, mean, median, and the additional topic of range. Fairly easy definitions, fairly straightforward work. We'll do some straightforward examples today. You'll get to do some straightforward examples, and then maybe tomorrow we'll move on to something a little bit more complicated. So averages, being able to recognise the difference between the different types of averages, mode, mean and median. But we start off with a starter as usual. So, copy those examples down, a couple of calculations to do with big maths, and a couple of solving questions. So, x equals what? Solving a couple of equations. Write the examples down, pause your video, work out your solutions, and then when you come back onto the video, I'll go through the solutions on the board for you. Okay, year 10, so solutions. What have we got here? BidMaths type question. What does BidMaths say? Brackets, indices, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. We've got a bracket here. What happens inside the bracket? We've got 16 subtract 5. 16 subtract 5 is 11. But then we've got the square of that. What's 11 squared? It's 121. So we've got 12 plus 121. So our answer is going to be 133. Second example. Again, we've got a bracket. 8 subtract 11. What's 8 subtract 11? It's minus 3. Minus 3. What's minus 3 cubed? Because we've now got an indices to deal with. Minus 3 multiplied by minus 3 multiplied by minus 3. Minus 3 multiplied by minus 3 is a positive 9. Positive 9 multiplied by another minus 3 gives us a negative 27. So we've now got 18 subtract 27, so we've got a negative 9 as our solution. Next example, solve. 12x minus 18 equals 42. We've got to get all the x's on one side and all the numbers on another. So add 18 to both sides. Add 18 to the left, add 18 to the right hand side. We've now got 12x equals 60. Divide both sides by 12, leaves us with an x on the left hand side and a 5 on the right hand side. So x equals 5. Final example. Let's give ourselves a little bit of extra room there. We can. No, not playing. Right, so what have we got? We've got x's on both sides, we've got numbers on both sides. So let's add 18 to both sides. We'll add 18 to the left, we'll add 18 to the right hand side. So now we've got 12x equals 9x plus 27. Yeah? 9 plus 18 gives us our 27. Now subtract 9x from both sides. Take away 9x both sides. So 3x equals 27. Divide both sides by 3 gives us x equals 9. And that's our solution. Okay, so that's our starter done. Right, mode, median, mean. Where are we going to use these? We've got an example where we've got a series of numbers, we've got a sample. In this case, it's pupils taking a spelling test. How do we work out the mode average? How do we work out the median average? How do we work out the mean average? So our definitions: mode, sample that appears the most times. So mode, it sounds like most, it's the sample that appears the most times. The median, it's the middle term. Median, sounds like middle, it's the term that comes in the middle. Don't forget, what we've got to do is, if we're going to have that middle term, we've got to write out our numbers in order, in ascending order. Start with the smallest and go up to the biggest number. And then the number in the middle is our median average. Mean, it It's mean because it's making you do some more work. You've got to add all the terms up, and then you've got to divide them by the number of terms you've got. We will go on in a minute to see that in practice, but don't forget the range. The range is just the difference between the smallest example and the largest example in your sample. So back to our example, we've got 9 pupils. So that's telling us that we've got 9 in the sample. So there's 9 in the sample. Let's hold on to that number. And they're in ascending order. Someone's got a 1, someone's got a 3, a 4, a 4, 6, a 6, a 6, a 7 and an 8. And there's 9 pupils. Okay, that's what they've scored out of 10. So what is the mode? What's the score that appears the most times? The score that appears the most times there is 6. So if we wanted our mode, our result would be 6. What is the median? Well, we've got 9 results there because there's 9 pupils. So the middle number is this number here, which again is a 6. Comes in the middle. What is the mean? Well, for the mean, we have to add all these numbers together. So 1 added to 3, added to 4, added to 4, added to 6, and we add all those numbers together, and it comes out as 45. So 45, when we've added them all together, divided by the number in the sample, the number of the sample figures, which is 9. So our mean would give us a result of 5. So our results can be different. Okay. What's the range, just out of interest? The range, the smallest example is 1, the largest example is 8, so our range would be the 8, subtract 1, which would give us 7 as our range. Okay. Let's just try a few examples there. So I've given you 3 lists of numbers, and I've asked you, can you find the mode, the median, and the mean in each of those cases? Okay, so you've got these numbers, 3 examples. For each example, find the mode, the median, and the mean. Don't forget the mode, the number in the sample that appears the most times. The median is the number that comes in the middle. But bear in mind, if it's the number that's in the middle, it means you've got to make sure that you've written those numbers in order first. And then the mean, you've got to add all the numbers together and then divide them by the number that you've got in the sample. Okay? It doesn't have to be a whole number. Now there's a tip. It doesn't have to be a whole number. Okay, so copy those examples down, rearrange them and put them in order from smallest to largest, and work out what your mode, median and mean is in each case. You can switch off the video while you do that, and when you come back I'll go through the solutions for you. Okay, the solutions to those questions. Written the numbers out in order there for you, so they're in order of size, and we were after the mode, we were after the median, and we were after the mean. So if we go through those examples, first one there, well actually, if you look at that, it's got 2 numbers that appear the same number of times, the most number of times. So we've got a bimodal. We've got 2 modes really, because 4 appears twice and 7 appears twice. So 4 and 7 are both modes there. Alright. Median, what's the number that comes in the middle? Well, there's 9 numbers altogether, so the number that comes in the middle is the 5. So the median is the 5. And the mean, you add all those numbers up, what do they add up to? They add up to 49. They add up to 49, and you've got 9 numbers in the sample, so 49 divided by 9 means that your mean value is 5.4. The next example, again I've written them out in order for you. What number appears the most number of times? The number that appears the most number of times is 6. So that's your mode. What's the number that's in the middle? Well actually we've got 8 numbers here, So the middle is between the 5 and the 6. What's halfway between the 5 and the 6? It's 5.5. Technically what you should do is you should add the 5 to the 6 and then divide them by 2, which gives you 5.5. Okay, so the median number, the number that comes in the middle, is a number between the 5 and the 6, so it's 5.5. We add all those numbers together, they total up to 37. We divide 37 by 8, it comes in as 4.625. 4.625 is our result for the mean. And finally, rewritten the numbers in order. What number appears the most number of times? Well, 63 appears the most number of times. 77 is going to be our number in the middle, because our number is going to have to come between the 74 and the 80. And then if we add them all up, it comes to 613. Divide 613 by 8, and it comes out as 76.625 miles. So that's 3 examples that we've done for you, and it's brought out some little learning points there, which I hope you've taken on. That's the conclusion of the presentation for today. There will be some examples for you to have a go at and try out your skills on. So thank you very much for your attention.